Hey guys, it's great to see you. After releasing a number of my Shutoko videos, I've had more questions about how to install and what's actually available. So what I'm going to do in this video is put it all together in one place for you. That's the track downloads, the car downloads, the uninstall and install process, all the drag and drop traffic and the Trafic Setup, and the new SRP track extras, which is the C1 outer time attack, which is fantastic so you can run races on Shutoko. As ever, do check out the rest of the channel guys, there's lots more sim racing on there and I'd love to have you on board, so click on that subscribe button, and if you like the video, click on the like button, that really helps me out. Okay, then what I'm going to do then is go through this step by step. All the links are in the description below, and I've also put some chapters for ease of use on this video. The first thing to do then guys is, if you're serious about using Shutoko and actually joining some of the online games especially, all the resources are kept on this Discord channel here, and as you can see we're at 0.9.1 as I'm doing this video. All the latest updates are actually put into here, so this is the best place to go, and as you can see there's a number of download links there. These are the download links that I am using and dropping in my video, so big shout out and thank you to these guys on this Discord channel. As you can see, this is a map of all the different Shutoko routes, and there are a number of them. I think that including this one, the time attack one that I'm going to put on today, that's 8 different routes. Also on the left hand side here you can see the car download section. So this is where pack 2.5 currently resides. This is the one I covered in one of my recent videos. You've got all the links and the mirrors here as well. It does give extra caution here as well. I know some people have had problems with some of the files. Do make sure that you're using 7-zip, not WinRAR, because that does cause some problems. Okay, if you've got an older version of Shutoko, this is really important. You need to take away the old version. Now I know on the SRP Discord they're saying only if it gives you problems, but I've just found that by removing the old one, this is the best way to do it, and it just makes sure you're not getting any file errors. So if you just go down and find it in your content folder, which is in your normal Assetto Corsa file, then you can see it here, and we're just going to delete it. I think it's just under 1.9 gig, so this is a sizable file. That's the right thing to do before you install the new one. So I've just dragged it over onto Content Manager here from the desktop, and you can see, and I've shortened this sequence a little bit, that you've got all 6 tracks there. Now I said there were 8, the extra 2 is the time attack one I'm going to show you in this video, and also the PA traffic one. They're extras to install. So again, I'm shortening this sequence here, but it installs after about a minute, and that's all the different tracks installed, all 6 tracks. So let's just check all the tracks that you've got here. So as you can see, they're all parts of the different layout and they've all got different names. And these are the 6 main tracks that you will drive on, especially if you're driving online on the online servers. So do make sure that you've installed this correctly. And as you can see at the top, it is 0.9.1. That is the version that is currently running on the server. So if you get any kind of checksum error, it's probably because you've either got the wrong cars installed or you've got the wrong version of the track installed. Let's just drag over now the traffic piece, as I've had a number of people asking questions on this. So the way I've installed this is very simply, again on Content Manager, and it's just a drag and drop, and you can see this is going to give you an extra track. So just clicking on install there, and that will install as normal. It's really important to state that when you've done this, you do need to restart Content Manager. If you don't, the track will not show up. Once that is done, then there's 3 things that you need to set. The first is the new AI behavior for this track. Now because of the advances in CSP, there used to be a patch for this, there's not now. So you just need to follow exactly what is on that screenshot there, and pause the video, take a screenshot, that would be fantastic. The second piece is that on some parts of Shutoko there are no traffic, and this is the way that the track is designed, so it's always worth just making sure you understand that before you think that something is not working. And the third thing is to make sure that you follow these instructions when you're starting a traffic piece actually on the traffic map, and that is that you want to make sure it's track date and follow the other pieces here. Also, you only really need 6 opponents, because once you've driven past an opponent it will despawn and then another one will spawn in front of you. So that's giving the illusion that you've actually got traffic around you. Now we've got all the basics out of the way, there is another track that we can install as part of this Shutoko range of tracks, and this is this 0.9.1 C1 outer time attack layout. So this gives you the options, in short, to either run hot laps or to actually run a race. So there is no way to run a race on Shutoko unless you're online, unless you're using this. So it's an actual circuit within the Shutoko range of tracks. Just before we drag and drop that into Content Manager, let's have a look at the tracks we've got installed before we install this one again. So if I just scroll down and find my Shutoko on here. Because earlier in this video I installed the PA traffic mod, you can see now I've actually got 7 tracks. it's really important that if you're trying to run one of these tracks on Trafic or on the time attack stroke Hotlap stroke race mode, it has to be the right track. It won't work on the other tracks. They're online only or just for practice. You can't do the races on these other tracks. Let me show you what I mean on this track where you can't actually run the races. So as you can see, I've got the warning triangle at the bottom there. Tag circuit is missing. Now Content Manager is saying that that will not run in race. You can skip it and bypass that and try and run it, but it will just crash. So that's not going to work. So let's jump on now and then let's put the next version of tracks onto this, which is the C1 Outer Time Attack. So again, we're just going to drag and drop it into Content Manager there, and you can see it's come up and it's going to give us another version of a track. So this is all using exactly the same roads as the other versions. It's just making a circuit, and as you can see, it actually looks like a circuit on there. So let's click on install, and again, it's a very quick process to install that. It's really important that you restart Content Manager at this point, because if you don't, you won't see the track. Now I've restarted. If I click on Shutoko, you can see I've actually got 8 tracks installed now, and the second one in it is the C1 Outer Time Attack. That gives us some really exciting ways to play Shutoko offline, and you saw some of that at the beginning of the video, and there's more content later on in the video on the races. Right then, now that we've got the right track, we can click on race, and as you can see, we don't have the exclamation mark at the bottom, so we can actually run the race on this circuit. We've also got Hotlap. So apparently time attack doesn't work on this. I know it's in the title, but time attack does not work. So this is for Hotlap and race only. So on this race section here, as you can see, I've got all sorts of the JDM and the Shutoko pack cars actually on there. I think there's about 16 of them, 15, 16, even motorbikes. Do check out all my other videos if you want to know how to install those. I've got lots of videos on Shutoko now on the channel. I think to show you Shutoko properly and to show you the Hotlap, I'm going to pick a Shutoko spec car, and I'm going to pick this gorgeous blue Shutoko spec Toyota MR2 Mark II, just under 600 brake horsepower. It sounds fantastic. Right then, let's go. Just to show off this circuit a little bit and to show you where this piece actually is in the main Shutoko map, I've got 2 things on the screen at the moment. I've got the map on the left hand side, and I've also got the timer on the bottom left. So you can see I've already put some times in, just over 5 minutes racing around this track. I know I can get faster than that, but on the map piece you can see where this piece actually fits in the whole Shutoko map, and it's that small blue piece at the top. So that's about 5 minutes to drive around in this 600 brake horsepower MR2, which is incredibly fast. So it just shows you how big Shutoko is. Guys, I hope that's been really useful for you, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do let me know in the comments if you've got any more questions about setting Shutoko up. As ever, do check out the rest of the channel. There's lots more sim racing on there, and I'll see you very soon.